After 60, have you ever caught your reflection in the mirror and wondered why your waistline keeps growing, even though you're eating less than you did 10 or 20 years ago? Maybe you've cut back on dessert, started taking evening walks, even skipped meals here and there, and that stubborn belly still won't budge. If that sounds familiar, here's the first thing I want you to know. It's not just getting older, and it's definitely not a lack of willpower. After 60, your body changes in ways most people never get told about. Hormones shift, muscle mass naturally declines, metabolism slows down, and even the bacteria in your gut start to change. Put it all together, and one particular kind of fat becomes a lot harder to lose. I'm talking about visceral fat, the hidden fat that wraps around your organs. Unlike the soft fat you can pinch under the skin, visceral fat builds up quietly around your liver, pancreas, intestines, even your heart, raising your risk for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, memory issues, and more. Here's the good news though. Certain everyday foods do a lot more than just cut calories. They work with your body's biology, lowering inflammation, improving how you respond to insulin, supporting your hormones, protecting your muscle, and helping your body actually burn stored fat instead of holding on to it. So today we're going through 9 of the most effective foods for improving metabolic health after 60. None of these are expensive superfoods or trendy powders. Most of them are already sitting in your grocery store, and a few are probably in your kitchen right now. Before we get into it, I'd love to know who's watching. Drop a comment with your age and where you're tuning in from. It's always great seeing people from all over the country, and honestly all over the world, showing up to support each other on this healthy aging journey. And if this kind of practical, science-based content is useful to you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need it. Alright, let's get into the countdown. You've probably crushed a clove of garlic and noticed that sharp smell fill the kitchen almost instantly. That smell is a compound called allicin, and it's only released once garlic is chopped or crushed, which is part of why so many people miss out on its benefits by cooking it whole. Researchers have spent years looking into allicin because of how it seems to interact with the processes behind belly fat. One big piece is inflammation. As we age, low-grade inflammation tends to creep up throughout the body, and many scientists believe that ongoing inflammation makes it harder for the metabolism to run efficiently, giving visceral fat more reason to stick around. Garlic sulfur compounds have been studied for supporting a normal inflammatory response and promoting healthy circulation, which matters because every organ tied to metabolism depends on a steady flow of oxygen and nutrients to function well. There's also research on garlic and blood sugar. When blood sugar stays more stable, insulin doesn't have to work overtime, giving your body a better shot at pulling from stored fat for energy instead of piling on more of it. Here's a small trick worth knowing. After you crush fresh garlic, let it sit for about 10 minutes before you cook it. That short rest lets more allicin form naturally, which helps preserve more of its benefits. Toss it into vegetables, chicken, fish, soups, homemade sauces, wherever. Garlic brings a lot more to the table than flavor. And speaking of underrated kitchen staples, the next food on our list has spent decades getting an unfair reputation. Most people file beans under boring side dish. Researchers see them very differently, as one of the most effective foods out there for keeping blood sugar steady, which is a big deal if visceral fat is the target. Here's why. Every time blood sugar spikes, your body releases insulin to bring it back down. Insulin is necessary, but when it's constantly elevated, it pushes your body to store more fat around the belly. And over months and years, that makes visceral fat stubbornly hard to shift. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, black beans. They all digest much slower than refined carbs, releasing energy gradually instead of causing a spike and crash, which keeps insulin on a more even keel. They're also packed with soluble fiber and resistant starch, both of which feed the good bacteria in your gut. Your gut microbiome does more than handle digestion. It plays a role in inflammation, appetite, blood sugar, and how efficiently your body stores fat. A healthier gut generally means a healthier metabolism. A big bowl of lentil soup, a black bean chili, or a simple bean salad a few times a week can genuinely move the needle over time. And the best part is that beans are cheap, filling, and about as versatile as food gets. Sometimes the biggest health wins come from the humble staples that have quietly fed people for generations, not the flashy stuff. Next up is a food that works in a completely different way. For a long time, eggs got a bad rap over cholesterol concerns. That conversation has shifted a lot. Current research suggests eggs can absolutely be part of a healthy diet for most people. What makes eggs especially valuable after 60 isn't just the protein, it's the quality of it. Preserving muscle is one of the most important things you can do for your metabolism as you age. Since muscle tissue burns more energy than fat, even while you're resting, muscle loss, called sarcopenia, happens naturally with age. And less muscle means fewer calories burned every day, giving visceral fat a little more room to creep in. Eggs give your body all the essential amino acids it needs for muscle repair. Starting the day with a protein-rich breakfast can also help you stay full longer, so you're less likely to reach for something sugary a few hours later. There's another nutrient worth mentioning, choline, which supports healthy liver function. Your liver is central to how your body processes fat, and one that's working well is far more capable of turning stored fat into usable energy than one that's constantly overloaded. That's part of why so many experts push high-quality protein early in the day instead of pastries or sugary cereal. Quick question before we move on. Which of these foods do you already eat regularly? Beans, garlic, eggs? Drop it in the comments. I love reading about the habits people already have, and it might just inspire someone else who's starting out. Now, don't go anywhere because the next food surprises almost everyone. It's a drink millions of people already have every single day, and very few realize one of its natural compounds has been studied for its effects on metabolism and fat burning. If you've always thought of green tea as just a lighter version of coffee, there's more going on than you'd expect. Inside every cup is a compound called EGCG, one of the most studied antioxidants in nutrition science, drawing attention for how it seems to support the body's natural fat-burning ability while protecting cells from damage caused by chronic inflammation. That matters after 60 because inflammation doesn't just sit in your joints. It can quietly work against your metabolism. Some research suggests green tea's compounds may help activate an enzyme called AMPK, almost like a metabolic manager inside your cells. When it's functioning well, your cells get better at using energy instead of stockpiling it. No single drink melts belly fat on its own, but swapping sugary drinks for unsweetened green tea is a simple habit that can help over time. 1 to 3 cups a day is plenty. Just watch out for bottled versions loaded with added sugar. Brewing it fresh gives you the benefit without the extras. Next up is a food that's been protecting human health for thousands of years. For years, people avoided fat altogether, assuming that eating fat automatically meant gaining fat. We now know it's a lot more nuanced than that. Extra virgin olive oil is a backbone of the Mediterranean diet, consistently rated among the healthiest eating patterns in the world. It's rich in heart-friendly monounsaturated fats and plant compounds called polyphenols, which help protect blood vessels, support healthy cholesterol, and may ease the chronic inflammation tied to visceral fat. One compound in particular, oleocanthal, has gotten a lot of attention for behaving a lot like certain natural anti-inflammatory substances already found in the body. That's a big reason people who regularly cook with extra virgin olive oil tend to see better metabolic health than those relying mostly on processed vegetable oils. One important note: not all olive oil is created equal. Look specifically for bottles labeled extra virgin. It means the oil is minimally processed, which preserves more of those beneficial antioxidants. Drizzle it over salads, roasted vegetables, grilled fish, even whole grain toast. A couple tablespoons a day is an easy habit with benefits that go way beyond your waistline. Now let's talk about a food that usually gets overlooked in the produce aisle. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale. None of these are exciting to look at, but your body genuinely loves them. They're loaded with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and plant compounds that support your liver's natural detox processes. That matters because your liver is one of the hardest working organs in your body. It regulates blood sugar, processes fat, breaks down hormones, and clears out waste every day. When it's running well, your whole metabolism benefits. These vegetables also contain compounds researchers believe support healthy hormone balance. After 60, hormonal shifts can influence where your body stores fat, often right around the belly. So supporting that natural regulation may help take one contributing factor off the table. They're also low in calories and very filling, which makes them ideal for managing weight without feeling deprived. Roast broccoli with olive oil and garlic. Steam cauliflower alongside salmon. Toss shredded cabbage into soups or salads. The exact preparation matters far less than simply making them a regular habit. If you've written them off as boring, try seasoning them differently. Sometimes that's all it takes. Before we get into the top 3, let me ask you something. Have you noticed that eating better actually gives you more energy, not just a smaller waistline? If that's been your experience, share it in the comments. Your story might be exactly what encourages someone else to get started. And if today's video is helping, take a second to hit like. It tells YouTube this information deserves to reach more people over 60 dealing with the same struggles. Now, we're into the final 3, and these foods don't just support weight management. Researchers love them because they seem to influence several parts of healthy aging at once. Don't let the small size fool you. Blueberries are some of the most nutrient-dense fruit you can put on a plate. That deep blue color comes from anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help protect your cells from oxidative stress. As we get older, oxidative stress tends to build up in the body, contributing over time to inflammation, lower insulin sensitivity, and many of the metabolic shifts we associate with aging. Blueberries help push back against that. Research suggests regularly eating berries may support healthier blood sugar control, better blood vessel function, and lower inflammatory markers. They're also easy to work into daily meals. Sprinkle them over oatmeal, mix them into plain Greek yogurt, toss a handful into a smoothie, or eat them straight as a snack instead of something processed. Fresh or frozen both work well. Consistency matters far more than perfection. Speaking of consistency, the next food is one of the most recommended protein sources for healthy aging. Not just for what it contains, but for what it helps you hold on to. When people think about eating healthier, they usually think about cutting things out. Less sugar, less salt, less fat. But sometimes the biggest win isn't removing something. It's adding the right thing in fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, trout, herring, mackerel are among the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which your body can't produce on its own. These fats support your heart, nourish your brain, protect your joints, and help create a healthier metabolic environment overall. As we age, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes more common, and even if you don't notice it day to day, it can affect blood sugar, muscle health, and fat storage. Omega-3 fats have been widely studied for supporting a normal inflammatory response, and people who regularly eat fatty fish tend to have healthier triglyceride levels, better insulin sensitivity, and stronger overall metabolic health. There's another reason fatty fish deserves a spot on your plate. Protein. Preserving muscle after 60 is one of the smartest investments you can make in your future. It helps your body use energy more efficiently and supports balance, strength, and independence. The stronger your muscles stay, the easier it is to stay active, and staying active remains one of the most effective ways to chip away at stubborn belly fat. Aim for 2 or 3 servings a week if you can. And if fresh salmon isn't in the budget, don't stress. Canned sardines and canned salmon offer a lot of the same nutrition. Healthy eating isn't about buying the most expensive option. It's about making smart choices with what's actually available to you. And now the number 1 food on our list. It's creamy, simple, easy to find, and according to a growing body of research, it may support several of the biological processes tied to belly fat storage after 60. Avocados spent years being misunderstood. People saw the fat content and assumed that meant automatic weight gain. Nutrition science tells a very different story today. The fat in avocados is mostly monounsaturated, the same heart-healthy fat found in olive oil. It helps you feel full after meals, which makes it easier to avoid constant snacking throughout the day. But avocados bring more to the table than healthy fat alone. They're also loaded with fiber, and fiber might be one of the most underrated nutrients for healthy aging. It supports digestion, helps keep blood sugar steady, feeds the good bacteria in your gut, and keeps you satisfied longer after eating, all of which work together to support a healthier metabolism. Avocados are also a great source of potassium, a mineral a lot of older adults don't get enough of. Potassium supports healthy blood pressure and proper muscle function, Two things that matter a lot for staying active. The real goal was never just losing belly fat. It's gaining energy, moving comfortably, climbing stairs with confidence, traveling, gardening, dancing. Because here's the thing worth remembering. The real goal was never just losing belly fat. It's gaining energy, moving comfortably, playing with your grandkids without wearing yourself out, climbing stairs with confidence, traveling, gardening, dancing, living your life without constantly feeling limited by your body. No single food gets you there on its own, but consistent daily habits do. Small choices repeated over months and years add up to something powerful. And that's really the message I hope sticks with you from today. None of these 9 foods is a miracle cure. There's no single magic ingredient that melts belly fat overnight. Real health just doesn't work that way. But when you consistently fill your plate with foods that nourish your metabolism, ease unnecessary inflammation, support steady blood sugar, protect your muscle, and take care of your heart, something genuinely starts to shift. Your body starts working with you instead of against you. It might not happen in a week. It might not even happen in a month. But if you stay consistent, the changes tend to show up. Maybe your clothes fit a little better. Maybe the stairs feel easier. Maybe you've got more energy by mid-afternoon. Maybe your doctor's smiling a bit more at your next checkup. Those wins matter just as much as anything the scale says. So here's a simple challenge before we wrap up. Instead of trying to change everything at once, pick just 3 foods from today's list and work them into your meals consistently over the next 30 days. Don't aim for perfect, just aim for consistent. Then come back and let us know how you're feeling. Did your energy shift? Fewer cravings? Clothes fitting differently? Every story shared in the comments ends up encouraging someone else who's wondering if it's too late to turn things around. And if there's one thing I hope you take from today, it's this. It is never too late to make choices that support a healthier future. Your body has been showing up for you every single day for decades. Now it's your turn to return the favor. It is never too late to make choices that support a healthier future. Your body has been showing up for you every single day for decades. If today's video helped, give it a like. It helps YouTube put this information in front of more people over 60 who are looking for practical, science-backed advice. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because every week we're sharing evidence-based tips to help you stay strong, active, and independent as you age. Before you go, which of today's 9 foods are you adding to your meals first? Let me know in the comments along with your age and where you're watching from. I read as many of these as I can, and it's honestly one of my favorite parts of doing this, seeing this community show up for each other. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself. Stay active. Stay hopeful. And remember, healthy aging was never about chasing perfection. It's about making one good choice today and another one tomorrow. Thanks for watching Winds of Thought. I'll see you in the next one.